going to do a basic position. We're going to do an easy transition into Warrior One. So you want to start with your feet facing the front of your mat. So directly front, you want your feet parallel. You can either bring your toes to touch slightly with your heels slightly apart, or you can do a hip width distance if you'd like. We're going to step back first. I'm going to ground into my right foot. We're going to step back with our left foot to the back of the mat. So you want at least one leg length, or about 3 feet if you're a beginner. You're going to turn your back heel down. Now you want to try to get your back heel down to a 45 as much as you can. If it's still at a 90, that's okay, because we all have different bone structure, we have different ankles. But I'm going to try to turn mine towards the front left corner of my mat, so at a 45. I also want you to look down. Your front foot should still be facing the front of the room, and then I want you to look back to see that your heels are aligned. So this is a closed hip position. You want a heel-to-heel alignment with a closed hip position. And then put your hands on your hips and just kind of jiggle your hips forward. So your body is going to be facing that front mirror or the front of the room, whatever you have there. And you're going to sink down into that front leg, that right leg, keeping the back leg nice and strong. So with the closed hip position, you also want to energetically tear the mat apart. So that actually gives you a little more stability. So we're tearing the mat apart energetically, keeping our hips facing forward, and our heels are aligned. You're also going to ground the back edge of your foot into the mat, and you're going to energetically lift the arch of that back foot. So it's a lot to do all at once. We're tearing the mat apart, we're lifting the back arch, keeping that back leg nice and strong, and then we're sinking down into that front leg. Inhale your arms up if you want to. You can just keep your hands on your hips if you just want to practice doing your Warrior One, but just make sure that you're trying to sink down to get that front thigh at an angle or a parallel line to the floor. So I'm going to sink down a little bit more. Inhaling my arms up, sinking my shoulders down, and that's a really nice Warrior One right there to start with. Eventually you can bring your palms together, you can hook your thumbs, bring your biceps by your ears, you look back. But that is Warrior One. And then you want to do it on the other side as well. Let's do it on the other side. So I'm going to just step back. I'm going to this time ground into my left foot, step my right foot back. I'm grounding my right heel back down on the ground, energetically lifting that back arch, energetically tearing the mat apart in my closed hip position. And I'm going to jiggle my hips forward, sinking down on the left side so that my thigh is parallel to the ground. Inhaling my arms up, shoulders relax down, and keeping that back leg strong. And there's just a basic fine-tuning of your Warrior One. Nice job, everybody. We'll see you next time.